started, back where it began. This ain't my first rodeo. When I fall, I try again. That's how I always been.
Brook Chivell has got a new album coming out in mid-December. His new single is Fearless Rider, and we thought we'd catch up with him, and he joins us now. Brook Chivell, Fearless Rider, I like it.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
The album coming out early December, how's it progressing?
I've been selling it on pre-sale to the people on my Facebook page and that kind of stuff for the last maybe 2.5 weeks. So it's out and about.
The idea of Fearless Rider, this is to support the bull riding, PBR.
Yeah, so about, I guess, probably 9 weeks ago now, I sat down with Nat Pearson and the other guy that I write most of my stuff with, Anthony Emery. I said, I really want to write a song for these PBR gigs that I've got coming up. So literally, we wrote the song in 2 nights, I started recording the guitar stuff the day after that, went down to Melbourne, recorded the vocals, and it's on the album, which has been printed for 4 weeks. So I guess it probably took about 3 weeks to go from writing the song to having it recorded, which is extremely quick for me.
Yeah. That's extremely quick for anybody, isn't it?
It just was great timing as far as, I was coming to the end of recording the album. So I knew that I could just tack another song on if I could get it there in time.
That can be quite a daunting thing to sort of like, if you had to get something out, I know this was a thing that you wanted to do, if you had to get that out, do you think it may have came out as well as you wanted it to, if it was this was a want, not a have?
Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. I hadn't really thought about it that way, but there's every chance, because I had 11 tracks, I probably would have just said, it is what it is, and anything that I write now will just go on to the next album. But because I had the PBR thing coming up, and also my previous song was called Fingerprints, and the album was always going to be called Fingerprints. The last 7 years, we wrote Fingerprints 7 years ago. I was like, that's going to be the name of the album. And I did an interview a little while ago and found out that Rod McCormack had just released an album called Fingerprints. So, yeah, I had to change the name of the album quick smart.
We talk about the PBR. How has the song Fearless Rider been received with that group of people, the regular goers to PBR? And do you think it's going to be a big hit at Johnny Ringo's?
It did really well for the PBR gigs, and I know that those guys really like the song as well, which is really cool. And I've had a lot of great feedback about it. It's kind of on the heavier side as far as what I normally do, but that's kind of the thing that PBR goes for. Usually in between bulls, they have Nickelback songs and, kind of heavier stuff like that. I knew I couldn't do anything that was on the lighter edge. I went for something that was pretty heavy on purpose.
My kids frown at me, but I'm a huge Nickelback fan, so I love it, and I love this new song. But when you're going to live gigs, though, and I'm looking at some of your Tamworth ones, you've got the Moonshiners Bar. This song is going to go off like a frog in a sock at Moonshiners.
Well, yeah, except that Moonshiners gig is me and an acoustic guitar. So
yeah, but you can still do it with an acoustic guitar, because the crowd will know the song by then, and they're all just going to get into it. And it's the atmosphere there as well. Perfect place. You got to play it.
Oh, I definitely play it. Have to play the latest single.
Well, Tracy will turn up with her triangle and give you some support, so a little bit of backing.
Mate. Well, Trace can sing BVs, and I've heard Tracy
sing
BVs.
There you go.
Get it done.
Get it done. So for people that are chasing where you're going to be playing down in Tamworth, is this the normal social media pages?
Yeah, but it's literally just that one gig at Moonshiners, and the next morning I'm doing a songwriter thing at Hopscotch Cafe in the park, and that is it for me.
And then you're heading back to Brizzy for a RiverQuest cruise. That's going to be awesome too.
Riverfest, which is going to be Nat Pearson, Jade Holland, Andrew Swift and myself. And we didn't realise it while we were organising, but aside from Nat Pearson, everybody else was on the same Star Maker 2 years ago.
Of course,
Oh, yeah, Jade, Andrew. Yep. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. We didn't even think about it, and then it was like,
well, we know who the first overboard is, the one that picked the odd one out.
Yeah, we'll just toss it over.
Brook Chivell, mate, it's great to catch up with you. You have yourself a very fine Christmas. We look forward to catching up with you in Tamworth, if not before, and we are going to play the new single now. It's called Fearless Rider.